Hi, everybody. Happy Christmas to those that I haven't spoken to. Oh, we've got people waiting in. Let me have a look who's here. Hi, Wiki. Hi, Brian. Can I just tell you that I've only come live because Brian was pecking me head. Anyway, hi, Danny. Merry Christmas. I hope you've had a lovely time with your family. Oh, that's quite that's quite worrying. Danny's saying, "Hey, Wick, sorry, I keep missing live streams. I do listen after." Yeah, it's those live streams have been quite choice, shall we say? um, Hi, Helen. Happy thoughts. Hi, YouTube lady. Spirit of Sheila. Hello. Who else have we got? Oh, me green eyes. Hello in Australia. Oh, we've got a nice selection here tonight. We've got America, we've got Australia, we've got Scotland, we have England, and we have Ireland. We nearly got a full house. Now, just want to say, Danny, you may not be aware. If you check out my latest community post, it is a link to, do you remember Mick McLaren, who came up as a guest? He runs the Winter Hill Investigations team. There's a video there that you might be interested in. Helen, Liverpool, not England. Well, I hadn't included you. But yeah, so just before I get completely distracted, the wind, yes, the wind settled down, or do you mean tummy wind as in trumpage? There's no Christmas trumpage in this house. I believe people have been having the Christmas poos, which is always good to hear about. Sheila. So yeah, anybody who hasn't, Wendy, I don't know if you have noticed or not, but oh, you've seen it. Oh yeah, because I don't know if you were around when that was filmed live, and I was sharing that live with people. So anyway, so what have you all been up to? Let me just try and keep up with the chat. And the dog, of course, has now decided he wants to play ball. He's been quiet as a mouse for the last hour. Wind is much better now. It was really bad in the northwest. It was, I mean, it turned into a tornado. For those who weren't aware, it was officially classed as a tornado. Helen is over near the coast, obviously. I am up on the top of the moors. It was awful here. It was absolutely awful. I believe it hit parts of Greater Manchester pretty badly as well. There were photographs in the news of roofs being torn off houses and gable ends of houses collapsing and gardens just completely trashed. So hi Dar. You're on your way home from work. Okay, I probably won't be that long. I just wanted to come on because obviously there's Mick McLaren's video is being uploaded. So I wanted to try and get him some footage as well to see, make sure that his numbers go up. Well, actually, Helen, did you see the other night, because I kept losing power here, and there was a thunderstorm. And the first I heard of it was that my friend over at Balham, where I used to live over on the Fylde coast, she sent me a message basically going, "Holy shit pies, you will not believe what's going off here." And then she sent me a video of the CCTV on her farm that's overlooking the stables. It picked up the fault lightning, and she said it scared the living daylights out of me. So that's the worst storm I've ever seen. So yeah, that was quite bad. And then it ended up here. Who am I missing? Yeah, I believe it was worse over on the coast, Helen. I believe so. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I just thought I'd come and have a little catch up with everybody. Anybody wanting to drop the links in, please do. Danny, as always, you don't need to wait to be asked. Please drop your links in. Danny's got a live coming up as well. Is that tomorrow? I think. I'm sure it's the 30th. I noticed it because I've got my notifications set, and hopefully I'll be wide awake for it. So yeah, Danny After Dark's got an upcoming live. So please feel free to drop the link for that in the chat. Who else? I don't think anybody else is planning to go live yet. Because I thought last week wasn't Salty was supposed to be doing a live, but then didn't. I don't know where Cassius is. He's usually the Brian's brunch. Oh yes, yes. Brian is doing his own cookery channel now, apparently. I'm saying nothing else, but his meals are delightful. Far better than the meals that I cooked and put online. If you'll remember me haggis. Oh gosh, if I was up my own backside, I probably would have never bothered to upload that. But as I'm not, and I just thought it was hilarious. What's he doing? Oh yeah, Brian this week is going to focus on toast. Oh, right. I'm not being funny now. Who else is in the northwest? This wind's picked up again here. I can hear it outside. Oh my God. Who else have we got? What's it like near you, Sheila? Because I know that it was supposed to be getting pretty wild over on the east coast, but I know with the weather reports at the moment, I was reading something from the Met Office earlier this morning, and they were saying that the weather's actually all relying on or dependent on these two fronts. So there's a low pressure front that's currently hovering over the UK. And if that stays where it is, then, excuse me, because believe it or not, it's nothing to do with the, normally like low pressure and high pressure is the temperature. But the fact, the position of this low pressure front means that we're getting milder weather. Now, if that shifts and the high pressure front moves, it's going to draw down incredibly cold air from the north. So we're kind of looking at getting some Icelandic. So at the moment, they're not sure which way it's going to go. There's potentially going to be some very cold weather coming. I'm really sorry about the background noise. I have a huge bag full of wrapping paper to go onto my fire to act as, to get the real fire going. And Cooper, that noise is Cooper digging into the bag, and he keeps pulling out all this paper, shredding more of it, which is what he's doing now, and leaving it all over the floor. And then I have to go and pick it all up. Hang on 1 second. Stop that right now. Come here. Yes. What have you done again? Now stop it. Stop. What was that? That was the weather on Kiss TV. Absolutely was. Oh, hi, Frida. Hello, lovely. Oh, gosh. Now, there you go on Dar TV. So, directly from Norway, the expected weather is going to be -30 over the weekend where Dar is. I just like keeping you informed. Don't be laughing at me. I think Dar and I are very, very kind in the fact that we keep you all informed about the weather in the local area. It's obviously a Norwegian thing. Vikings. Yeah, well, of course, in Scotland it is going to be tops off weather. In fact, in Norway it's tops off weather. At -30, they think about putting a cardigan on. Anyway, I'm digressing. Have you all had a lovely Christmas? Did Santa bring you everything that you wanted? And did any of you get, how will I word this? Right, did any of you get a surprising present that shocked you or, left you speechless? Did anybody get something like a present? Norwegians love to talk about the weather. Well, that's it though, Dar, but that's where the English got that trait from. It's another Viking influence. We talk about the weather. Oh, yes, there we go. Oh, hang on a minute. Wrong. I highlighted the wrong one. Whoops. Yeah, as Sheila's saying there, apparently she's booking flights to Norway. Yeah. Shall we say how we know this, Sheila, or should we just leave that one for the time being? Yeah, someone told me, Sheila. You're welcome as always. Oh, is Brian on a promise tonight? Go on, Shona, love. It's only once a year. Do your best. Shall I use the phrase that that Cassius likes? Go on, Shona, ride him like you stole him. For anybody who doesn't know, Shona is Brian's better half, his good lady wife. Helen got lovely presents from her daughter who's now in her first proper job. Very sweet. Oh, how lovely. Sheila hasn't even opened hers yet. It's up to you. It's gone where it needs to go. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to say this then. So this morning, as you probably all know, those of you that were listening to Wiccan's live stream the other day, that Sheila's details have been put all over the place, that her details have been put on various websites. She's been getting her LinkedIn details have been spread around, her emails have been spread around. And funnily enough, out of all the random stuff, there were a couple of emails from a Norwegian travel company. Go figure. But like she said, they've gone where they need to go. I'm not going to say anything more than that, just that silly. Anyway, let's see what else. What's YouTube lady saying here? Yes, Son's flowers were left in the entry by Royal Mail since last Thursday for you. Only found out today as he contacted the florist. Oh my goodness. Were they ruined or were they salvageable at all? YouTube lady, that's a bit like stupid of them, isn't it? They should offer him some form of recompense for that. At least give him the value of the bouquet back. I know, Green Eyes. I wonder who would be doing that. I wonder. And it's funny, isn't it? Because somebody else, I'm not going to name them unless they want to name themselves, but somebody else in this channel also had somebody going into their booking.com account, and luckily they've never been daft enough to put any of the financial information on that site. But I don't know. Ridiculous. Anyway, I've just completely forgotten what I was going to say then. I think it's because the dog's he's lying in front of me. He's ripping up paper and then he's giving me the little baggy brown-eyed and saggy-eared thing. So anyway, for those of you who have, what are your opinions on Mick's video? What do you think of the zoomed in footage towards the end and the stills? Because on the stills, you can actually see the upside down triangle shape. I know, Helen, it's absolutely stupid. Absolutely stupid. The thing is, it's not just stupid, is it? Green, it was great at the end. You see it so clear. Well, that was it, because it was visible to the naked eye, but it wasn't visible on the footage itself. Yeah, do you know what I do as well, Sheila? I hope he goes on location, because I would actually probably say, can I come? Back again. Oh, Brian, that wasn't much of a promise, was it? To well, I heard my brother say one time. My brothers are they take the piss out of each other, something terrible, like really badly, and Richie is always calling Peter Mr. Two Bumps and a Squirt. So I think that's now going to be, Mr. Peter Pinky Fingers. He's not really got a lot going for him. And if he's listening again tonight, sorry, bro, but yeah, Richie calls him Two Bumps and a Squirt. So that's Brian. Shona said no, bitch. Bless her. God bless her and love her. Right, let's see what YouTube lady's saying. Sheila, Royal Mail said to contact the florist, they'll reimburse you. Florist said no, it's down to Royal Mail. Yes, box of flowers, dead and wringing wet. Hope you get sorted with no mark who did that. Yeah, she will do, YouTube lady. The authorities are involved. Green as a woman after your own heart. Behave yourself. You're always making the beast with two backs whenever you get the chance, or is it now because you're both living in the same house? It's not got the same kind of appeal. It wasn't so bad when your husband was working away for 3 weeks at a time, but if you're living in the same house now, oh dear me. Yeah, don't believe the Frida. You know Wendy's just joking. Right, Cooper, stop it, please, mate. Stop. Anyway, who's doing what on New Year's Eve? Have you got plans? Are you going out? Are you partying? Brian, are you going in drag again to your local pub? You prefer meat pie in a book? You nutter. Sorry, my throat's going here. Oh, you're watching fireworks on the beach. Oh, how lovely. That sounds nice. What about Frida, Sheila, Brian, Danny? Who else is in here? Helen. I bet you're going downtown, aren't you, Helen? God, I remember going into, I'll be honest with you, it was a cracking night down Liverpool. We had a cracking night out. It was brilliant. There was no trouble, but feck, trying to get home. And people by that point at 4 o'clock in the morning, because you can't get a taxi, people were getting raj. And yeah, you could feel the atmosphere just changed. Yeah, am I fuck on New Year's Eve? I know. I was talking about this with somebody. Was it yesterday? I think on text messages saying about, and he was saying he's not been out on New Year's Eve since he was about 19, just because of what it is. It's an absolute. He said, going out and celebrating by watching a clock. And mine was the fact it suddenly dawned on me, why am I paying to go into my local pub? On the rare occasions that I didn't go into town, why am I paying to go in my local pub? I don't pay any other day of the year. And yeah, fair enough, you have to pay your staff extra, but the place is bloody heaving. So you're making your money on your drinks and your food or whatever else you're doing. But yeah, trying to charge you like a tenner just to go and sit in your local pub, get lost. Don't go out on New Year's Eve anymore. Too much hassle getting home, a nightmare. I know. That's what used to put a damper on it for me. You couldn't think of anything worse. You're making a massive cheese board. Oh, nice wine and loads of board games with the family. Oh, that sounds lovely, Helen. That sounds really nice. Summer ticket only for New Year. I know, YouTube lady, it's absolutely stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And, well, when I was younger, I worked in a pub, just for a bit of extra money. And I used to work Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. And you know, it. No, I just it used to shock me that they'd have that because the pub was always full anyway. But when it came to like Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and they'd start charging at the door, and I used to think, people are gonna. Fair enough, I was in there because I was working, and I was getting paid 3 times what I normally got paid, plus my tips that I got to keep. But I just think these are the people who are keeping you ticking over through through the year. And now, fair enough, this was pre 2008, so you were still allowed to smoke in the pubs. You could still have a fag indoors. So the pubs were always packed out anyway. I just thought it was being really grasping. And this was a village pub. It wasn't a town centre pub. It was a village pub that used to get packed out. Every Friday it was full. Anyway, money and people and being graspy. Used to love working in a pub when you were at uni, love working New Year's Eve. I know, Helen. Well, that was it because people were always pissed. You just, do you want a drink, love? Have a drink, love. Go on, have another drink, have a drink. I would make more on tips than I made on me wage for that night. It was great. Oh, what's Dar saying? Sorry, I'm missing. I don't care about New Year's Eve. It's like an ordinary Saturday. I'm getting old, I guess. No, it's not getting old. It's just about we've all kind of woken up, haven't we? And you see what to me, I can't think of anything worse than standing 10 deep at the bar, struggling to get served, being trod on because I'm short, having my feet squashed, getting to the front of the bar, and then obviously, unfortunately, most barmaids aren't going to serve me. They're serving the men because the men are the ones that are giving him tips. And getting really angry, getting drinks spilled on you, then you get some drunken lech drooling all over you, and let me take you out. Do you want me to buy you a drink? No, I would rather eat my own legs. Leave me alone. Then coming out and going to your mates, let's go home. No, we have to stay out till midnight. Right, great. Why do we have to stay out to midnight? Because we won't get a taxi. If we leave just before, because you have to. It's no fun. Why have we come out if we're not seen in the new year? And oh, for God's sake. So yeah, I kind of thought, maybe I was old before my time, but I just had enough of it. Oh, it's Lady Witch. Oh, hi, Lady Witch. Hi, love, and Merry Christmas. Easter egg. Brian, are you kidding me? Easter eggs are out already. Really? If that's true, then that's absolutely bloody ridiculous. Oh, Green Eyes, I have seen hot cross buns out, and I've already seen Valentine's cards and whatnot. So, consumerism. Anyhow, so is anybody? The reason I was asking about New Year is because I'm not going to go out. As you'll know, I've got a little dog here that's got an issue with fireworks, and because this is our first New Year up here, and I don't know how bad they're going to be, so I'm going to stay home with Cooper. So if people aren't going out, I don't mind coming live and having a New Year's Eve party maybe online. I don't know what you all think, but it just depends who's around. What's Frida saying here? Remember my son about 20 years ago couldn't get a taxi home. He was prepared. He had keys to his office. Him and his mate slept on the office floor. But it's bad when that's what you've got to resort to. I could remember, I mean, and luckily, they weren't dodgy people. Me and 3 of my friends, we could not get a taxi for love nor money. We were, as girls do, we'd gone out half dressed. So I had skirts, like mini skirts on up to the watermark, no coats on. We were absolutely freezing. We couldn't get a taxi. I'll be honest with you, we were near enough hypothermic. And there were these 3 lads coming up. and they got like chips or pizza or something. I can't remember now. And they actually lived in town. We knew them from the pubs and what, knew the faces, but we'd never spoken to any of them. And in the end, one of them was saying, I only live on this particular road here. Do you want to come back? At least you can get in, ring a taxi or something from here. And we were just like, yeah, we don't care. Yes, please. God, they could have been rapists for all we knew, but they weren't. And we ended up in their house. We couldn't get a taxi. And, bless this guy. He went upstairs, he got a load of blankets, and me and my friends, we kind of slept downstairs, on the floor in the lounge. Looked as rough as ourselves the next morning, makeup and hair all over the place, but we did manage to get lifts home. But yeah, I don't know if I'd do that now, being more worldly and knowing what people are like. But, it was a nice thing for them to do. What's Lady Witch saying here? That happened to me in the group I was with. She was flirting hard for tips and basically ignoring me. Imagine a shock when it was me paying the bill. Yeah. Let's have a look. Too fucking cold for a miniskirt. Well, you'd know all about that, Brian, wouldn't you, Mandy? Oh, it's Mandy tonight, isn't it? You and your mate ordered a kebab to be delivered and got in with the driver. Oh, I've heard of people doing that before, Helen. I've heard of it, but I don't, when you kind of hear a friend of a friend tell a story, you're the only person I know who has actually done it. And it worked. Oh my goodness. It is, that's a clever one, that is. Let me have a little look. What else? I don't know if anybody answered me before about the New Year's Eve thing. Let me go back. Bugger it. I can't see me chat. Weren't bothered in the slightest, Scousers. I know. Do you know what I always remember do you remember Letter to Brezhnev? And they get a taxi into town and they intend to leg it. They weren't going to pay him. They were going to leg it without paying. And they're smoking a joint in the back. And he's going, is that a joint, that? And they're looking a bit sheepish. They're like, and he goes, well, yeah, pass it here then. And they passed the joint over to the taxi driver. And I thought, I've been not smoking pot, but I've been in taxis like that in Liverpool. What's Dar saying here? Norway is reversed in many ways. So many pubs are closed here. We prefer to party at home. It's too cold to stand in a queue in minus 20 to 30. Absolutely, it is. Absolutely. And the thing is, if that was British people, you'd be waking up to dead people all over the place in the morning who died, of hypothermia. I mean, I've near enough done it over here, on more than one occasion. Mandy walking around with hand warmers taped down her legs under the boots. Yeah, that's Brian. Did anybody see that picture of Tittens? It's like a knitted bra, but it's supposedly for the couple who have everything. And it's got the photograph of the lady wearing this knitted red bra, and the man's behind it, and at the side of the boobs on the outside, there's little hand holes so you can put your hands in. So they're calling them Tittens. They're like mittens, but for your boobies. What's Green Eyes saying? So they used to do that, phone an ambulance as they live near the hospital. Sambos took them to a hospital 20 miles away as they knew. Yeah, well, that would serve them bloody right. Was hi, bedtime clown. Hello in Texas. All my exes live in Texas. Have you and your good lady have a wonderful time and a lovely Christmas, and are you looking forward to the new year? You're driving and listening. Well, drive safely. We don't want any clowns getting bumped. Oh, Oh, here we go. Stella, hey up, bitches. Oh, no. Oh, mate, you're in hospital again. What the F? Oh, Stella, I am sorry, love. Oh, that's knackers. Are you, do you know how long you're going to be in for? Have they given you a clue yet, darling? Just read, Helen said, my mate got so pissed at mine and walked home round the corner to her house, and her husband found her in a front garden in the snow, passed out. She's not allowed to walk home from mine anymore. That was like me, my local pub, though. Going for a lie down in the beer garden and passing out in the snow, and the landlord had to carry me home. Oh, pneumonia. Oh, babe. Do you know, I was just about to ask you, was it your lungs again? Well, you've got to, you have to be really careful with that. I know from me getting it, and I'm still not right. You've all heard me when I laugh on here, how bad, and I start coughing and choking, and I sound like Muttley. And that's only since I've had the pneumonia. Because I've got videos still up on here of my lives where I'm howling, laughing, and I don't sound anything like that. It just takes so long to get over it, and the lasting damage that you've done. Please look after yourself, darling. Oh, Lady Witch says, praying for a speed recovery because ringing in the new year from a hospital bed is no fun. Oh, God love you. Well, you see, Wickham's been the same, Oh, no, behave yourself, you. If I die, I love you all. Yep. You absolute nutter. You can't die for a long time yet. You wouldn't, we'd have nobody that would make us laugh. I know, Green Eye, she's terrible for saying that, but at least she's got a humour up. I don't know. Well, yeah, I was going to say I hope they let you home, but then again, I hope they don't let you home unless you're 100% better. Oh, Brian wants to know then, if you're going to die, can he have your handbags? Haunt Dean, yeah, haunt him. You could be the ghost of Dean's chin. Oh, this wind's got really bad again. What's it like with you, Helen? Have you got this howling gale again? Oh, man. I thought it was over and done with. Oh, there you go. Lady Witch has got a Ouija board. Stella, you're not getting away from us that easily. We'll keep in touch via the Ouija. Who made the helmet comment in Wiccans? That made me howl. That was Adam. What, when he said she would have got him a bicycle helmet? That was the thing. Is she hadn't read it, had she? She hadn't read it. She put it up on the screen while I'm talking, because she's a bugger for doing that. She just starts like putting comments up as they come up, but she doesn't read them. So I'm flipping howling. And that's why I said, what, you put that on screen for, you absolute arse. And then she started reading it. My goodness. Yeah, no point buying him a bicycle helmet when he's nothing to, to put the strap on. Oh, good grief. Yeah. I don't think Adam comes in here, actually. I'm pretty sure I don't think I've seen him in here. He might not know, actually, that we do lives. Oh, it's not bad that. Well, I don't know which direction this is coming from. It might hit you. It's sounding like it's done for the last couple of days. The way it's screaming outside, it sounds like maybe a 50-mile-an-hour-ish. Lady Witch is saying, I'll tell you what had me in tears, Wiccan giggling and not being able to stop. Do you know what's worse? I think when I mean, I was really trying not to laugh yesterday, but the time before that, when we ended up and there was me and Wiccan and Cassius, and I was screaming, laughing. I nearly piddled. I was laughing that hard. I thought there was going to be a bit of a tenor lady moment, to be fair. Anyway, something else that I'm going to do. So today, when I took Cooper out for a walk, now I know our American brethren are going to enjoy this. Sheila will probably enjoy it as well. I mean, I know most people do, but I'm just specifically thinking of the people who are absolutely fascinated by history. There is this ancient hall not far away, and I went out there with Cooper today filming because I thought we'll do another little adventures with Cooper, because you know Cooper's got his own channel now. It's got no content on it, but he has got his own channel. I'm going to start uploading on there and putting, you know, the animals, take them off here and put like, you know, Cooper, Maisie, Bars, Freddie, put them all on that channel. So I started doing a bit of filming and then I forgot the details, because you know what I'm like, I read up on something or I know about something and then I have a brain fart and can't remember what I'm going to say. So I'm probably, if it's not too windy tomorrow, I'm going to go back down there. I'll possibly upload it onto this channel to give you the history of the place, but then I'll do a little adventures with Cooper, like a little short one. Dramatic readings by Cooper. Yeah, that's a good idea. Shirley's coming over to visit this year and she's obsessed with history. She's going to have me dragging around castles. Yeah. You'll have to go or Speak Hall and then take her to Thingwall as well, because that's where the Viking meetings were held, isn't it? The Viking councils, parliaments. Oh, she'll love it. Oh, God, yeah. Yes. Well, what Sheila said there. Because didn't we ask you about this, Helen? Yeah, we did, because you said you're a shithouse. We're on about going over to Ireland to do Lep Castle. I think so far there is Wiccan, Sheila, me. I know that Voodoo and Bedtime are going to try and get over to the UK this year. Yes, it is, Helen. It's the one where we'd stay over. I think Cassius was on with it. Brian, you weren't that fussed, were you? But you wanted to do Edinburgh Vaults, and Frida as well. Yeah, hundreds of castles all over, too many for her to see. I know. Speak Hall's always a good one, though. Well, you never know, Green Eyes. If I win the lottery, love, I'll send you a ticket over. No, never mind. You'll book yourself a hotel. Like you said, don't be a shithouse. You've got to come. Can you imagine how funny that would be with all us lot? And we get Lady Witch to come over as well. Oh, and just as I said that, and you've posted there you want to go, but you can't travel. But you'll be with us, won't you? If we were to film it live, you'd be with us. Oh yeah, that is a really good call there. You'd have to take Shirl to York. Totally. I had a great time when I went. It was last year, wasn't it? Because we did that the haunted ghost, you know, the ghost walk around York. It was really good. New drama series tomorrow on Netflix, Boudica. Oh, I didn't know that, Frida, but yes, thank you. Oh, Helen, if you're going to Edinburgh, you're meeting up with Cassius and Brian, because I'd said I would meet up with Cassius and Brian and go and do and try and get Sheila to come as well and go and do the Edinburgh Vaults, Niddry Street Vaults on Mary King's Close. which I think would be quite funny. Oh, you'll have to keep us posted. Oh, it'd be lovely to even if it was just for like half an hour to see Shirl. Because it's not like it's a trip you do every year, is it? You know, it's most of the time if you're going to go, unless you're loaded, if you're going to go to America or you're going to go, you know, the other way, if they're going to come over here, it's sometimes it's just going to be a once in a lifetime trip, isn't it? So she'll have to have her itinerary ready and let you know where she wants to go and get you to be really organised. Oh, you're meeting Rabid, but defo up for meeting Cassis and Brian. Oh yeah, absolutely. If you're up in that neck of the woods. Oh, can you imagine? That you'd have to film. But I can 100% recommend those the ghost tours in York. Ours was really good fun. Oh, she's already drawing it up. Oh, bless her. Bless her. Are you gonna take her on the ferry and sing? You know you have to, don't you? I did that when a friend of mine from school, and he married an American lass, went living over in, well, it's Olympia near Seattle, Washington State. And when he brought her over here, because she was fascinated with the Beatles and you know everything Liverpool related, and Jerry and the Pacemakers, and we actually took her on the ferry and pissed everybody off by singing, doing the crossing. And I just remember there was some old fella, he's sitting there having his fag outside on the ferry going, "Fucking tourists, eh, there? Fucking tourists." Oh God. I thought the locals must be so hacked off with people who don't live there. Torchlight Parade tomorrow night in Edinburgh. Oh, lovely. Oh, that'll be lovely. Remember doing that when we went to Romania, and it was a ski took by Torchlight. I've done it in Norway, and we also did it in Austria. It's a real, it's more of a European thing, especially with where it's snow related. You know, you're either on sledges or you're on skis and you come down the mountains with the torches. It's fascinating. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to see if I can let you guys hear this wind. I'm not going to trump, don't worry, it's not a trump. I'll apologise if the dog barks. Right, I'm just going to open the front door. Listen to this. Can you hear that? I don't know if my phone's going to pick it up. But anyway, that was the wind. You really want to go to Edinburgh for New Year's Eve one year. The only place you'd be prepared to. Yeah, it's. I'll be honest with you. Glasgow's a good night out. New Year. Where else have I been for New Year? I've been to London. I'm sorry, anybody in London. That was shite. London wasn't great. It just no, it just did nothing for me. Um, I've been in Liverpool on New Year's Eve. I've been in Edinburgh New Year's Eve. I've been in Glasgow New Year's Eve. Obviously been up my dad's neck of the woods on New Year's Eve. You've got a rabbit looking in your patio doors. It's a were-rabbit, Brian. I had a squirrel today. It came running across the garden. I don't think it realised it was a window. It banged itself into the glass. The dog shit himself, jumped up and ran at the window from the other side. You know, because I've got those great big, like, ceiling to floor doors. London and Dubai. Dubai one. Oh, I bet that was nice in Dubai. I want to clarify, I wasn't saying it's the only place I'd put out on New Year's Eve. And again, show happy, we believe you. I bet Dublin would be really good fun on New Year's Eve. The Irish just party. I mean, I used to love St. Patrick's in Dublin, and me and the girls would go every year. Loved it. Hastings isn't the place to go on New Year's Eve either. No. Oh, I know, Helen. Hey, you should get over. Get a flight over. They're only about 25 quid, aren't they, from Liverpool to Dublin? Get her over to Dublin. Go and get pissed on Temple Bar. Yeah, I don't. Hastings is a bit of a wishy-washy place. Sorry to anybody who lives there. You're definitely going over to Ireland, but not sure where. Well, you should get what's her face, Wicken, to sort you out with a good place to go. Being over there, a native, knowing all the best places, because she's from Dublin originally, isn't she? But in County Clare now. Where's she gone, by the way? She was in here. She's still got family or friends, hasn't she? So I've got to. I don't think that Leon has been getting my text messages, about doing a live with him as a guest. So I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to try and arrange something for next week, and get him on panel. Oh God, my God. Helen. Okay. Fine. I've got nothing else to say about that. Dublin, went to a concert there, was brilliant. I loved it. I just just the partying. Just the partying there, and I used to have a friend, and I lost contact with him. His name was Liam, and he came from Dublin, and I'd got to through work actually, and I'd got to know him over there. Like there was nothing in it. It was just we were literally just friends, and he was engaged and what have you. And we used to meet up whenever we went to Dublin. We'd always meet up, and him and his mates, and the girls' friends' wives, and what have you. And they'd take us round, and they're just so hospitable. They're so hospitable. Zoom, 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 and zoom. What's that? Zoom, 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 and zoom. I don't get that one, Brian. He went to Conor McGregor's bar to watch one of his fights. It was the best atmosphere I've ever experienced. We ended up in, where did we go? I've got to think now. It's when we went over. Oh, it was my auntie's birthday. God, I can't remember the name of the place. And we went in this little pub, and it just had an Irish band. Just they had the drum and they had the fiddle, and everybody was singing, and it was brilliant. We went in there. We had pints of Guinness, and yeah, and it kind of reminded me of being a kid. Family parties, because obviously all my nan's lot were Irish, so and she was one of 13. They didn't have a singer, Helen. It was just everybody was singing. Did anybody see there was a video put out ages ago of Dolly Parton? She just rocked up in a bar in Ireland. She was staying at this pub, hotel, pub, whatever, and she came down into the bar and got she joined in, and was singing with the Irish band, and they just couldn't believe it. And it was actually really nice. I mean, I've heard that she's a very nice person. She always comes across that she's a nice person. Um, like Keanu Reeves, he always comes across like a nice person. John Krasinski, he's another one, a nice guy. Love September weekend at Southerness, all the different groups on. Heather Small did that in Liverpool last week. I mean, she's not Dolly Parton, but still. Well, she used to live in Standish, didn't she? That Heather Small. I know that because somebody I know's dad used to drive taxis, and she always used to ring up. I think it was K cabs in Standish, and always used to ring and ask for John to drive her. He was like her favourite driver, to Manchester or whatever. But yeah, she lived around there somewhere, Standish, Shevington, that area of Wigan. Don't think it was anywhere like Worsley or yeah. Anyway, because I know that the taxi firm was actually based in Standish. So yes, there you go. Bit of a random one there. Because it wasn't now I heard about Johnny Depp being over years ago, he was going to be starring in some film, and he was having to familiarize himself with the Lancashire accent, and apparently he was drinking in some Wigan pub, and nobody realised it was him. Well, they realised it was him eventually, but he'd gone undetected for days going in this pub and having a drink, and he was literally sitting at the bar and listening to how the accent flowed. I don't know how true it is, but I've heard a few people saying it. Oh, I love Johnny Depp as well, Helen. I love Johnny Depp immensely. They always said he was kind of the epitome of like the perfect face, actually, the epitome of a handsome man, but he's got the perfect face. And there were two people, and it goes off the measurements of the face. He was one, Johnny Depp was the man one, and um the female one was, oh, what was her name? She was a supermodel, Christiansen. Something Christian, was it Helena Christensen? She was in a relationship with him out of NXS. I think it was Helena Christensen. But she was the female one because she had perfect features, perfect symmetry. Yeah, thank you, Helen. Yeah, Helena Christensen. So the two of them had the most perfect faces for measurements, for symmetry, which actually isn't that common. Most people's faces are asymmetrical. But yeah, Johnny Depp. I love him in Chocolat. I love that film. He's just a fabulous actor. I love him in From Hell as well. He does the best English accent. He's one of the and have you noticed when he's talking, he doesn't sound American much anymore either. He is just beautiful. And what a lot of you may not know, I can't remember the woman's name, but please feel free to go and Google it. His something like, I don't know, great grandma or great great grandma was actually, she had been a black slave who became very well known in kind of the freedom movement at that time. She's a very well known name in America. I don't know, Lady Witch may know, or Voodoo or Clown or anybody. But yeah, feel free to go and look it up. I was like, wow, because I think he's got some Native American blood in him as well. I think he said. Dar loved Heather Locklear in the 1980s, but after a while, I fancied her husband a bit more. That's one of those how to say you're gay without saying you're gay. Oh dear me, that's made me laugh. You loved him in Edward Scissorhands. I wasn't that fussed on that film, um, but definitely From Hell. And like I was saying, he does seem to be that his American accent isn't as strong as it was. When he's talking, he doesn't quite sound English, but he sounds more English than American, if you get me. I don't know if anybody else agrees with that. And obviously, you all know who my crush is. Gerard. Gerard. I'm just going to sit here and drool for a little bit. Oh, I did. Oh, Helen, do you know which bit had me laughing? Where they read out those text messages and where he was he was calling her, he was calling Amber Turd, the different names, and he started smirking. Hello, Kathy love, another girl from the Wirral. You're right there, Queen. You're all right, Queen. You're all right, girl. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at the accents, but whatever. I don't care. Hope you've had a lovely Christmas. And I think there was one of them, and you could see when he was trying not to laugh. You know the bit with where she said something about having a sore. I can't remember. It was something about choking her or something like that. And he put in this text message, "I've got another use for that throat." And they read it out, and you could see he was struggling not to start laughing. He really was struggling. I just thought he's great. But what I like about him is the fact that he does all of this for the kids in hospital. You know, he goes into the wards with the cancer wards for the children, and he donates. I mean, because his daughter was incredible. It was his daughter, wasn't it? When she was little and ended up in, oh, what's the children's hospital in London? Ended up in there. They saved her life, and since then, he does everything that he can. Um, for the sick children, he just doesn't care. I think he's amazing. I do like him. So I like him. I like Keanu Reeves. He's another just a nice human being. You know, you see him and he's just normal. He's just normal. And like I said, Dolly Parton, she comes across as actually, she's a megastar, but she's a nice, down to earth person. What's that and B, Brian? Ormond. Oh, thank you, YouTube lady. Thank you. Great Ormonds. Yeah. I couldn't remember the name of it. I kept going to say Bernardo's, which isn't. That's the children's for the. And Brian doesn't even get a mention because you're not a superstar, Brian. No, I don't fancy Keanu Reeves. No, it's Gerard for me, love. Well, I like Gerard Butler. I also like Manu Bennett. I don't know if any of you know who he is. Green Eyes probably will because he's from her neck of the woods. Yeah, not even from Sean. Yeah, he doesn't get a mention from me and he doesn't get his promise from his wife. Don't worry, Brian, there's always next year, love. Now, here you go. Here's a question for you. So, if you were having a film made of your life, who would you get to play you? I'm always interested to see who people would, and it doesn't have to be someone that would look like you. It's just who would you get to play you and why? What Shona said that last year too. You'd get you to play you, Brian. No, it doesn't work like that. Kathy, oh, you'd have Judi Dench. And why would you have Dame Judy, Kathy? Any particular reason? Stella Kendall. You naughty. I thought that was going to be Brian's answer, actually. You just think she's brilliant. She is, Kathy, she is. And I like Helen Mirren as well. She's another of that kind of era that I think is a great actress. Oh, Maggie Gyllenhaal because I look a bit like her, or Dawn French because I love her. Brian Stella's got the same book teeth. Don't be mean, you. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Actually, there, I'm just thinking there. Yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal. You see, I would have to play me, and it's not obviously because we don't look anything alike. Our colouring's completely different for one reason. What you would get Lee Evans? What you get Lee Evans to play you? Whoops, sorry about that. I think the storm's playing silly buggers. Who we're going to say? Ashley. Oh, hi, Voodoo. Ashley Judd, Hilda. Behave yourself, Hilda Ogden. Just make sure you paid your VAT bill then. Gary Tate, Chris. And yeah, they spat me out again, Dal. They didn't like the taste. I'm here. I'm back. Jean Tierney. Who else have we got? Yeah, sorry, I was going to say mine would be Sandra Bullock, just because it was quite a while ago, and I think we were at a party or so. I can't remember if it's a party or a meal out or something, and we were talking about reminding you of somebody, and someone at the table said, "Do you know who you remind me of? The way you are is Sandra Bullock." Oh my God, Stella's just said it. And I was like, really? And everybody was agreeing because they're saying in real life, that ditzy, scatty kind of way that she is basically how I am in real life. And I said, is that really? And the more I thought about it, I thought, actually, yeah. So, yeah, I think I would have Sandra Bullock playing me in a film. Sandra Bullock is Sandra Bullock's brother. Yeah. I hadn't realised she'd said Sandra Bullock. Oh, dear me. Oh, hi, Greg. Hello. Happy Christmas. Lovely to see you. And I hope you've had a good time. Anyway, Stella, sorry, love. So, what have you got any idea about how long you're going to be there? Or for anybody who doesn't know, who's just coming in, Stella is in hospital at the moment. So, just wanting to see if you got a clue as to when you can come home, or do you think you might be in there over New Year? Now, has anybody not got? I know Helen doesn't want one, so don't all start saying give Helen a wrench. But has anybody else not got a wrench? Because I can't see. Helen wants to be different. Always one, isn't there? Well, actually, no, there's always two because Kindness Kate doesn't want one either. You'd say I'm more like Katie Hopkins, do you? Yeah, but I don't go bonking married men in fields. She was admitted after listening to one of Kiss's lives. Why am I your friend? Remind me again, if for no other reason than being the odd one out. Well, your little mother broke a hip 2 weeks ago, but thank God. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Greg. Oh no. My next door neighbour's fallen about a week. She fell just before Christmas. And she's elderly and she's broken her ankle, but both sides. So yeah, she's I mean, because of her age, she's got the coming every day, to check on her. Even though her husband's there, but I mean, he's getting on as well. Yeah, and it's when you get older, it takes a lot longer to recover, doesn't it? And then you're always worrying about complications because the elderly when they hurt themselves, as Dar will be able to tell you because he, um, and Green Eyes as well with their work that when they stop moving around, then that's when complications set in. So it's yeah. Odd is a funny word. It's a first name here. My British ex never believed in it until he met my grandfather, who was named Odd. Well, I'll tell you a little story here. So, one of our, oh God, no, I'm going to go back. And some of you will say you're not surprised to hear this, but one of my, I've got to think what he was now, great, great grandfather, I think, or he might have been my great 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 grandfather, Norwegian. His name was actually Adolf. Seriously. And nobody believes me. I was like, no, it's seriously. His name was Adolf. Odd Zen has a ring to it. Well, it's like the Venn guy who won Britain's Got Talent, isn't it, Lady Witch? So yeah, not all Adolfs live in Germany or Austria. Greg, remember when my mum broke her hip, but my mum came through it? She had great treatment here. Yeah, sending loads of prayers for your mum. Your uncle's Auntie May's granddad's wife's brother's dog. Yeah, that's the one, Brian. I can never remember what he is. I think he's a great, great, great Norwegian granddad. But oh, are you, Lee? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. And welcome in. Oh, you're somebody else who's not. Well, next time you come in, you'll have a little blue wrench. I don't like people not having a wrench in here. I'm glad you saw it. I was trying to tell these guys about it and to go over and have a little look, but yeah, I just wished that I'd filmed all of it, but I didn't know that. I didn't realize that it was something unusual for like the first 3 minutes or so, and then I was like, "Oh, hang on a minute." But yeah, but thank you for that, Lee. And we want to have a little catch up here as well and say that if you want to come up as a guest one night, Lee, I want to do a couple more lives. I want to get Leon up. I'm supposed to be trying to sort something out with him. But I know these guys You know, they're all really interested. They've all subbed to your channels and what have you. Oh, somebody else as well, Matt Sankey. Thank you very much, Matt. That's really kind of you, and welcome. We usually do have content in here. It's just tonight we're just all chit-chatting and chewing the fat. Yeah, it was very strange. I think what was more strange though, Lee, was the fact that I got a bouncing headache. I got home and I thought I was going to be sick. My headache was so bad. So yeah, at the moment we're just talking absolute garbage. And I'm going to say as well, I presume Matt, have you come over from Mixed Channel as well? Again, thank you, and yeah, you're very welcome anytime. We sometimes do quizzes in here as well. Oh, what's that? Kiss has threatened to send me a pic of a little rent. Oh God, don't, Helen, don't. I'll do it. I will do it as well. Yeah, no problem at all. And what about Leon and me at the same time? Oh yeah, if you want to do that, that'd be great. I did try to send him. He sent me a text message, Lee, and I did reply to him, and I haven't had anything back. But I know I'm having trouble with. I know that I'm having trouble with people getting my text messages. And with BT, I don't know whether it's just being up here now. I don't know, but I don't always. I send a text message and I hear nothing back, and I think, all right, sod you then. And then I'll send another text message to a friend, and then it comes back that they hadn't had the previous one. So, um, yeah, come for a nosy. Oh well, like I said, we usually do, you know, I'll do stuff like I'll talk about dogmen or UFOs or the paranormal, and we sometimes just have a stupid quiz, really. But yeah, I'll send him another text, Lee, and see if we can sort it up, because that'd be quite good. Because I really want to talk to you about you know, that weird footage that you took in, was it Benton? Those things that are running in the distance, and you were with Mick at the time. That really, yeah, that freaked me out, that did. Especially when you slowed it down and you could see these things leaping. Anybody who hasn't, do you want to go and give Lee a sub on his channel? He's got some cracking content on there. I know most of you have anyway. But yeah, and he's got some really, really weird footage on there as well of something that they got over in Yorkshire, which is kind of in Sheila's neck of the woods as well. As I said, I think most people have subbed to you, but you never know. There might be a few new people in listening. Normally I will have gone live with a lot of warning, but I didn't tonight. I think I'd only put me notification up about 15 minutes beforehand, so there's not that many people in tonight in chat. But anyway, every little helps. So yeah, we'll try and sort that out, Lee, because that'd be really good if you could. Oh, is Lisa Marie in? Have I missed you? Oh, hi, Lisa Marie. Happy Christmas. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so what do you all think then about we get Lee up and Leon from Do It Noel's Way Paranormal and Rivington Pike Beastly Roscoe? Because it seriously is. Some of the footage that Lee's got on his channel, it's great stuff. Oh, thank you. Lady Witch has just put Lee's channel in there. So if you're not subbed to him already, can you pop over and give him a sub and check out some of his videos, especially the one. Is it called Bempton Cliffs? That one, Lee. They filmed these creatures, and it's, oh my God, it really is frightening. It scared me. Oh, thank you for subbing. Thank you, Lady Witch. Thank you, Helen. Oh, Frida, thank you as well. Oh, I thought you'd all subbed to him already. Shame. There you go. You've got a few there. has hurt his arm at the moment. Did he? Yeah, didn't he detach his the muscle in his arms? It's like his tricep or his bicep. He detached it, didn't he? Because I know when he'd just done it, he went live from his shed, and I think he was he was sky high on painkillers, and I think he'd had a beer as well. But he said he'd never actually gone live like that before. He was always like out on you know, an overnighter or something. So we'd all gone in to try and get it going, you know, and he was just like, I don't know what to talk about. I'm gonna go. But no, I always like giving give a bit of support to people in the community. So yeah, if I mean, I don't know if you guys want to chat, if you're already talking to Leon, because I don't, he's obviously not got my message, because we had discussed it and I know he really wanted to come up, you know, and talk and try and get some more traffic to his channel. If you guys let me know when's best for you, you know, if you want to do it next week sometime, I'm happy to do that, and we can get all these guys in. That would be really good. So, as I said, tonight I've not had any great content. It was just to come on and touch base with you all. I'm probably going to be, yeah, if you don't mind, Lee, that'd be really good. If you message him, if you two have a little chat between yourselves and see when it, you know, what night's best for you both, and then I'll have to try and get back in touch with Leon, and I might use my work phone actually, because it's this phone that I seem to be having problems with. Is he the one that muttered all through the? It is Lady Witch. He was getting. I think, yeah, he'd come live and he didn't know. He wasn't sure what to do. Yeah, Salty, but he's still looking for sugar daddy. Damn. Oh, hey, well, Salty. You know, we might be able to fix you up with if there's anybody that wants to be a sugar daddy to Salty bitch. I did her a tarot reading. I did tell her that she was getting a sugar daddy. The bugger's not shown up yet, and now she thinks I'm a dud. So I need to we need one for the Salty bitch. Happy Christmas as well to you and little Salty, sweetheart. I hope you had a lovely time and you're looking forward to the new year. I'm probably going to be going live New Year's Eve, so we can have a drunken New Year's Eve get together for anybody that's going to be at home, because I'll have to stay in with the dog just to make sure he's not traumatized by fireworks, because people are just knobs around here. Yeah, chat. No. Yeah, yeah. Chat. No way. Oh, listen, it's been lovely seeing you too, Helen. It's lovely seeing you all, actually. So I'm going to wind this one up for now. For those of you that haven't seen the video, please go to my community posts and click on that link to Mick McLaren's site and go and have a watch of that. Please give him a like, sub to him if you're not already, leave a comment. Yeah, and as Lee's saying there, you know, he's put it up there on his channel. So give a sub to Lee. Lady Witch dropped his channel in the chat. Anybody else with a channel, before I close down, if you want to drop your link in chat, please feel free to do so. If you want to have a shameless plug, don't forget Danny After Dark is going to be doing a live tomorrow, the 30th. So if you sub to Danny, make sure that your notifications are set. I think it's just going to be like a true crime chit chat. So, right, on that note, thank you all very much. As I always said, love you lots like jelly tots. Glad you've all had a wonderful Christmas. And for those of you who are around, I will see you on New Year's Eve. And hopefully I won't have a howling dog who's going crazy at fireworks. Oh, Lisa, sorry, darling, I'm just about to shut down. Righty ho. So, as always, thank you all for coming in. It's been lovely just having a little catch up with you all. And See you all on the bright side.